As a babysitter, what was your okay? That's the last time I babysit for this family moment. I was asked to babysit for a friend's relative. I was told that I would be looking after a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they were calm, easy kids. I said, sure, no problem. Famous last words. I get there, and the mom just hauls her ass out the door, yelling at me over her shoulder that she would be back in 5 hours. Now here comes the WTF moment. Remember how I mentioned I was told there were 2 children? Yeah, no, there was not. In fact, there were 5 times as many children. Yes, you read that right. That woman took off and never said a word about the fact that there were more of them, leaving me to look after 10 fucking children. Several sets of twins, all under the age of 7. There were 3 or 4 sets of twins, and they were like 10 to 11 months apart, and then there were the babies. Honestly, I can't remember anything but the rage and anger I felt. So there I was, stuck with 10 children. I tried calling the mother, but she kept sending me to voicemail. I was so angry, I was ready to call children's services. The children were all around, screaming for whatever reason. So I said, fuck it, I'm in it to win it. I went to make them something to eat. I changed the diapered ones, pottied the older ones, and then let them go play in the backyard for a while. I was still seething with anger over the blatant deception as I cleaned up the kitchen. But it gets better. No, it doesn't. 5 hours later. No mom. Okay, a few minutes late. No big deal, right? You know that isn't the case, or I wouldn't be telling my story. I tend to the children, toileted and changed them, fed them, baths, and off to bed. It's now almost 9 p.m. Mother is still not back. I'm furious and incensed at this point and beyond. I keep calling the mother, and my calls go unanswered. Pissed, I call my friend and tell her to call her relative and tell her to call me or come home because I am beyond pissed at being deceived this way. My mother never came back that night, so the next day, I'm at it again. I call everyone in the family, including my friend. No answer, so I said fuck it and called the police. I explained the situation, and they said they would send someone. Nothing. I spent the next day looking after a tribe called Quest and could get no one to relieve me. I was so angry, I couldn't see straight. These children were just a handful. I remember screaming at them to sit down somewhere, and the neighbor heard and came over. I explained the situation to the neighbor. What the neighbor said next shocked me.